A very good evening. Welcome to UBC News tonight at exactly 4 minutes past 8 p.m. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mugalu Mohammed on sign language. Now we start off with our team that is at Namugongo, ready to take us through the preparations and how far everything is gone towards, tomorrow, which happens to be the 3rd of June 2024, a day where the Uganda Matters will be celebrated. We have our team ready and on ground. Thank you so much, Jordan. Jordan, a very good evening. What is happening today?
Yes, thank you so much, Sharon.
Yes, thank you so much, Sharon Kyomugisha, and good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. We are coming to you live again from the Uganda Matters Basilica at the Catholic Shrine here in Namugongo. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. Just to give you an update, Namugongo is now in the mood for Matters Day celebrations. If you're on your way to Namugongo, if you know Vienna College, that's where motorists are diverted from to take some other route in Chimbeja. All the way from there, you are supposed to walk like a pilgrimage up to wherever or whatever side you're taking or going to, anywhere around Namugongo. Security is very tough and tightened because everybody here has to be safe. And the reason as to why security is so tight, the crowds are too big. Namugongo is filled to capacity, both at the Anglican and here at the Catholic Shrine. Yes. The men that we are celebrating tomorrow were young men. All of them, I think it was Kaloli Rwanga that was above 40, Matia Mulumba, and a few, but most of them were youth. And today Uganda is among those countries that have the biggest part of the population as young people. What kind of lessons do we take? How is this country planning for the youth? We are going to drive the discussion tonight in that line, and my guest is none other than the state minister in this country responsible for the young people. His name is the Honorable Balaam Barugahara. Sir, good evening.
Good evening to you, UBC. Thank you for serving the nation. We are glad people who can't come to Namugongo are watching and following the events and whatever is happening on UBC. Please, I call upon all the viewers to stick to UBC, the national broadcaster.
Okay. You are the state minister for youth. We are celebrating young men who died for their faith. Apart from Matia Mulumba and Kaloli Rwanga, they were somehow above 40. The rest were all young. Do you see a reflection of these young men in the young people of today?
Yes, I'm one of them. As you are aware, we are leading the fight. We are leading the crusade of patriotism. So they are patriots. So many patriots. If Yoweri was a young man, the time he came in 1986, he's a patriot. He's one of the Kaloli Rwangas of this of modern time. Many of us are patriots. So whoever is a patriot is a young man, and whoever is a patriot can be a martyr. Okay. So we are here to respect the legends, to respect the martyrs, the heroes that we've never had before. The Anglican shrine and the Catholic shrine and the Muslims, these people died for their faith. So we are also ready to die for Uganda, for the good of Uganda. So what do we learn from this sense? One, we learn that we need to love our religion just like we should love our nation, and we should also love our culture. So those are some of the things that men today we need to emulate from the Matia Rwangas of that time, the Kaloli Rwanga, and all the other matters. So we need to first of all, to believe in our nation, promote our nation, respect our parents, respect our leaders, respect our culture. Once we do all that, then we will not have betrayed those men who died for our sins, the men who died for their religion. Yes.
You see, every time has a group of young people and they are remembered for something. And the communities of that time help them to be somebody. You are in charge of the youth in the government of Uganda. What are we doing to help the young people of today maybe to be remembered for something?
Now what we are doing as government of Uganda currently, the main assignment I have, I'm taking out a message of using their energy for productive work. The president assigned me a role. He told me, reach out to them, tell them to be, number one, patriotic, two, to participate in economic development. One, many of them will ask you, we don't have capital. He has also provided a small portion of capital using the Youth Livelihood Program. Then also government went ahead and went through the World Bank. They also secured another $217 million, equivalent of 800 billion, for young women and women in business. So that is what government is doing. So he told me, tell them to participate in the money economy. They should stop living in a subsistence manner. Two, he requested me to remind the young people that HIV is still on the rise. So as we celebrate Martyr's Day, all these young men celebrating around Namugongo, around the bars surrounding Namugongo, remember HIV is still live, and HIV is taking many of our people. So you need to live a good life. Avoid mixing around with several relationships. Avoid mixing around with so many other women, because it will cost you your life. And the young people, Uganda is an economy of 78% young people. So our economy is a growing population economy. So we need to protect our young people, otherwise we shall perish.
Even with those government programs, we again still see poverty levels, especially among the young people, remain standing tall and high. What do you think goes wrong with these programs in terms of them reaching the grassroots?
Just like I've told you, yes. The population of Uganda, 78% are young people, of which close to 52% can work. From 18 to 30, 18 years to 30, they make a population of over 18%. So when you look at that population, government does not have that so much money to give them. That's why they started with a small youth revolving fund, YLP. Then also we have the Juakari fund. Juakari fund, this financial year, they put in some little money. It's under Ministry of Gender, but under the Doctor of Labor, they put in about 8 billion. That money will help buy materials, like the materials we gave out yesterday in Bushenyi, in Igara West. So there is that Juakari fund, but also we have WEP and other small programs. The population is big, but with the revolving fund, if you use it well, you may become rich. Okay. And then also, I want young people to have financial discipline. Many of the young people, when they get $1 million, they go to Angenois. Some of them head to Club Silik. Others go to Casablanca. Others are busy marrying. Every weekend they marry. So, and the marriages are not surviving, because a woman will come to you for marriage just for money, and the money is not there. So I want to appeal to young people. Use that 1 million, like a young man in Arua who has gone ahead to buy watermelon and cabbage using 1 million. In a period of 6 months, he has 7 million. And he has paid back the 1 million back to government, to the Youth Livelihood Fund, and to PDM. Then government also has PDM. PDM does not exclude the old or young. For it is people who live in a given parish. There are some parishes with fewer population. There are some parishes with more population. But with the patience, everybody will get.
The challenges you mentioned with the young people have a connection with mindset. And we have decried this for a very long time. Do you have any plan as now the new minister for the youth?
See what we are doing. Like yesterday, I reached out to young people in Ishaka, in Bushenyi, Igara, that area of Ankole.
Yes.
So what our work is, we are telling them, please stop alcoholism, stop smoking, stop using drugs. Use the little 1 million you are getting for a productive venture, other than thinking that the 1 million is for betting. Many of them picked 1 million, they went for betting. You end up losing all the money, and you've not even purchased a goat. 2 weeks ago, we're in Chisos. The president has transformed a village in Chisos, and that village, there are 9 villages of Chisos. Part of them are in Igomba, others are in Zimbabwe. Those villages, he provided them incentives: coffee, banana, pigs, and cows. There are those who are earning 60 million a year. There are those who are earning 10 million a year, and there are those who are earning 0 because they ate their seed. You know, even in the Bible, we have the parable of the sower, where people who sowed on a rock, the seed never germinated. Those who sowed on a good soil, the seed germinated. So we shall have these challenges again and again and again.
This is my last one, Mr. Minister. The youth and politics. what do you make of the Ugandan youth and politics? They are the biggest in number, they can't avoid it.
I want to tell young people that our government has given us conducive environment. I'm a minister, but here at Namugongo now, I am working. Ndi mukulembeka.
Okay.
Many of you think politics is a job. So you wake up on WhatsApp group in the morning at 7 a.m. to abuse the president, His Excellency Museveni, to abuse whoever you want to abuse. But you are earning nothing, but you are claiming to be an activist. So you can only be a good activist when you have income. I'm spreading the message of love, of patriotism, of everything to the world. However, it doesn't stop me from doing my events. I'm here in Namugongo. I'm doing the biggest crowd ever. My sound is here, and Nebbi Catholic Diocese put trust in me to help them ensure we have the best activity tomorrow. And I want to thank the president who has accepted.
So you are asking the youth to take you as an example.
Take me as
Still
an
in that
example.
line now, this is the very last one.
Yes.
When you had just sworn in, you promised a certain group of youth to help them get their freedom. What went wrong? Did you fail?
No, I've not
Will
failed.
they have this?
Okay, I've not failed.
Yes.
The parents of these young people sent me a petition yesterday, which I wrote a covering letter and forwarded to His Excellency, the President. I believe the President, they asked for a list, which I submitted, and the President promised he will look into it. I will remind him, when you are talking to your father, you don't talk to him like you are talking to a colleague. The President is not my comrade, he's my boss, and he's my leader, and he's our father. So when you ask him for a favor, you don't put him on pistol. I'm not in that category of people who undermine. So whoever is there, just know, the young men who are detained in Chitali and all these cells, they are part of the generation I represent. And I'm a minister for all those ones. So I will fight for you. However, we have to do it in a polite way, in a respectful way. That is what we are aiming at.
Thank you so much, Honorable. His name is the Honorable Balaam Balugahara. He is the State Minister in charge of the youth here in the government of Uganda. And he is here, he says, for Kulembeka. He is doing some work here, but as well, he is a minister. He has to ensure that all is well on behalf of government. We thank you so much for watching. Sharon, prayers are ongoing here. Mass, every other minute there is mass at the chapel and here at the lake. Also as well, Nebbi Diocese is ongoing with their practices and rehearsals. So it's a beehive of activities. We thank you so much. I'll hand you back. I'll hand back to you so that we continue with the news. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you so much, Jordan Lukoma. Well, thank you so much, Jordan, for that communication. And, well, I guess everything is set for tomorrow. And like you've seen, a beehive of activities, prayers, and so much more. UBC TV will definitely be taking you live and have a live session or a live on UBC TV. So you have to keep it on UBC if you want to still get informed about what will be taking place tomorrow. And of course, all is set for 3rd June Martyrs Day celebrations to be animated by the Nebbi Diocese at the Uganda Martyrs Catholic Basilica, Namugongo. The spokesperson of Nebbi Diocese in charge of Martyrs Day celebrations, Father Emmanuel Okochuru, confirms that the diocese is ready for tomorrow's celebrations. The Mass, slated for 9 a.m., will be led by the Bishop of Nebbi Diocese, Right Reverend Raphael Wokorach, the Ordinary Bishop of Nebbi Diocese. Take a look.
By 9 a.m., Nebbi Catholic Diocese said the 2024 Martyrs Day celebrants had convened for a liturgical mass, ushering into tomorrow's main celebrations. The liturgy was led by Father Robert Jackson Osiga, the parish priest for Nebbi Catholic Parish.
And as a diocese, we thank the Lord. We don't think that this is something human. It is divine intervention for our diocese, for blessing us in a very special way. You see, as a diocese, just as we were preparing for this day, again we got an archbishop from the diocese. That is the blessing.
The choir composition 300 singers drawn from all parishes of Nebbi Catholic Diocese and others attached to Nebbi in Kampala.
We picked 13 people from every parish and 13 from Kampala. So in total, we are 300 members of the choir.
The choir director says tomorrow marks the climax after 8 months of intense preparation.
This is the second time of Nebbi Catholic Diocese animating liturgy at Namugongo. The first one was in 2007, where I was the choir master, and we did it so well. We broke the record of the past, and we made a difference at that time.
Nebbi Diocese started preparation for this year's celebration about 8 months ago after being chosen to animate the Martyr's Day celebration by the Episcopal Conference of Uganda.
The day has come. We are very excited and happy to lead this celebration, to animate it as Nebbi Catholic Diocese.
The choir will perform in different languages, including Alu, Madi, Lugba, Luganda, Lutoro, Luo, Karamojong, Runyankole, Spanish, English, and Lingala.
We are ready to start. The choir is already set, they are here, and all of the preparations are in place. So I would just shortly say we are good to go.
It is the second time in 17 years Nebbi Catholic Diocese is animating the Martyr's Day celebrations, the last being 2007. The 2024 Martyr's Day celebrations coincides with the 6th-year canonization anniversary of Uganda Martyrs since 1964. The Catholic Diocese of Nebbi was erected by Pope John Paul II on 23rd of February 1996 under the patronage of Immaculate Heart of Mary. It was then chosen to animate the 2007 Martyr's Day celebrations for the first time since its establishment. This year's Martyr's Day celebrations will be celebrated on the theme, "As for me and my household, we shall serve the Lord." Susan Naung and Joel Vubia reporting for UBC TV.
Hundreds of pilgrims from Kenya, Tanzania, DR Congo and other East African countries have arrived at Namugongo to mark the June 3rd Martyrs' Day celebrations. Our reporter Saddam Bale was at Namugongo and filed this report.
The Uganda Martyrs' Day is celebrated in memory of the 22 Catholic and 23 Anglican Christians who refused to denounce their faith and were condemned to death by burning at the stake on June 3rd, 1885, and the orders of Kabaka Mwanga Basemulekere. The faith displayed by the 45 at the Kabaka's court still attracts thousands of pilgrims, both local and regional. This time, hundreds of pilgrims from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, DRC have arrived at Namugongo, a site where the last batch of martyrs were killed.
Natoka kwa République Démocratique du Congo, précisément ku diocese ya Mahagi-Nyoka. Leo tunakuja kusherehekea siku kuu ya mashahidi wa Uganda. Njoo na sisi Wakongomani tulifurahia, sisi pia tuungane pamoja nanyi, tukie tukashukuru Mungu kwa ajili ya mashahidi ya Uganda.
The main purpose of us coming here is, one is our faith. We believe that the Uganda martyrs died because of their faith. And we also believe as Roman Catholic that if we want your prayers to reach faster to God, then we have to pass it through the martyrs, those who died because of their faith.
Akizimana Biaranga from Kivu left DRC some weeks ago. He is here at Namugongo to pray for peace in his country, Democratic Republic of Congo, which has witnessed decades of conflict.
Among people, because we are facing many problems in the Democratic of Congo. There is war, there is killing in so many places, so that's why we came, so that we beg the assistance from God. We pray so that the matters of Uganda is set for us and for our country. We are many that came from Congo, from different dioceses. They are from the eastern part, mainly from the eastern part of Congo. So we are here with fathers, we are with the bishops, we are with other pilgrims.
Mukanda Nicodemus from the Diocese of Bungoma in Kenya trekked for 8 days to reach the shrine.
Tangu tuanze safari na tumetumia miguu yetu kutembea. Hatujatumia basi, bali ni kwa uwezo wake Mwenyezi Mungu kutembea hizo siku 8 kufika hadi sehemu hii. Lakini haswa ya sisi kufika hapa ni changamoto za kila mmoja katika maisha yake.
Among the Catholic faith, the matters have become significant to the Christian faith worldwide after Pope Benedict XV beatified the 22 Catholic martyrs in 1920. In 1964, they were canonized by Pope Paul VI, making them the first African saints in Christian history. In 1993, Pope John VI made a pilgrim to Namugongo and officially declared the shrine as a minor basilica. There are other two martyrs who were young catechists from northern Uganda, Daudi Okello and Gildo Irwa, who were killed between 1902 and 1918. Here on 3rd of June, thousands of Christians gather here at Namugongo Martyrs Shrine with the hope that their prayers through the martyrs who were murdered in this place will be answered. Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
Sigikira mulimo gwenkola gukanikira babakasitoma bupawasobuni kimba n'obwiro obukutwala sente isomero ati nkyo amukolesa enkola ya MTN mobile money ni migasita 1065 star 8 nintekamu kodi namba y'omwana genda sente ninsasola ku lunyi ntayino kuteribanizwa koni katunga esimu kuruga mu MTN bantereire okubanza ntakikirize nkaba amanyire bali bafere hanyuma nagenda nakakuza MTN yao nagamba ntungire simu ino kuluga mu MTN kyamazima okuba nk'abantu amanyire nti aliyo promotion hanyuma madam akola MTN yangambira kyamazima kubasima muno mwebale muno akasente kabaire kenja kusasula school fees tamwe kujja bakasasuire akandi nja kasasulira mu bagenzi baye abatabana mwebale muno.
Together we're unstoppable.
Once upon a time, there lived identical twins who gave birth to beautiful princes and princesses.
Their mothers gave their babies' bodies a lot of care by applying on their skin with baby Junior jelly.
So dry their targets and everyone would admire their glowing skin. Fun fact, baby Junior prevents diaper rash, dry and sensitive skin.
Moms all over Africa love baby Junior jelly. Baby Junior the skin. No more worries anymore. Boo, 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 boo. Baby Junior.
Baby Junior.
Oh, yeah, lighting up, stay fresh. You wanna come beach and be my girl. Lighting, lighting. I can make a lighting up.
What dream? What does it mean to you? To them, it's time we dream you dream bigger. That glimmer in your eyes, the prospect of maybe, of all the hopes that we carry. It's the promise of enjoyment, for you and your mate. And keeps us to one hope, one dream. With the Uganda National Lottery, your dream can become reality. Bigger is here. What's your one thing?
We'll come back from that short commercial break. The Prime Minister, Robert Nabanja, has made an impromptu inspection of the Kampala roads under construction, vowing to task contractors to deliver on time. The road constructed to China Railway 18th Bureau Group CR18G includes key roads in Kampala, although the construction work is being delayed.
The poor condition of roads in Kampala has long been an issue, with Ugandans accusing government of neglecting the city, resulting in numerous potholes. Prime Minister Robert Nabanja's campaign to address the situation in Kampala began at Sir Apollo Kagwa Road, where she cautioned the landlord who allegedly constructed a fence on the road reserve. Nabanja asked the landlord to reach an agreement with the government. If he refuses, the government will have no option but to remove the fence to allow the project to continue. The Prime Minister also visited Suna 1 and Suna roads in areas of Zana, Akii-Bua and Bunamwaya. She stated that the president is well informed about her inspections and vowed to cancel the contracts of the Chinese company if the contractors fail to deliver the roads as agreed.
Yeah, the pipes, the little pipes we have laid now, and we're doing the auto now. So this road should not be like almost at least finish one road and we say this one.
The Prime Minister was accompanied by technical officers from the Office of the Prime Minister and KCCA Deputy Executive Director David Luyimbazi. The China firm, China Railway 18th Barrio Group, was contracted to work on several Kampala roads.
naye kyenjagala mutegeere mwabali wano naffe abali mu mawofiisi leka tutunulire abantu bano.
The Senior Presidential Advisor, Industry, Amelia Chambade, has urged assistant RDCs to quit urban areas and go to rural areas to create awareness on wealth creation. Now, the former Minister for Trade and Industries and Cooperatives made the remarks while addressing assistant RDCs and RCCs undergoing a 2-week induction training at the National Leadership Institute, Nali Chankwanzi.
Want to serve Ugandans effectively. The Senior Presidential Advisor, Industry, Honorable Amelia Chambade, has advised the recently appointed Assistant RDCs and Assistant Resident City Commissioners that they should be able to balance politics and public service if they want to serve Ugandans effectively.
Even you as political appointees, the first challenge, I don't know whether you can see, the first challenge is expectations. These people expect so much from you. They think you have come with a sack of money. They think you are going to perform wonders. And this being a new appointment, they think you are really going to transform that place overnight.
While delivering her lecture, Honorable Chambade also cautioned trainees against corruption.
So it is you now to resist, because one day this person is going to use it against you. Don't think that he's willing to part with his money in good faith. If you don't do what you want successfully, you are going to have it.
The Deputy Director General of Internal Security Organization, Colonel Emi Katabazi, who also delivered his lecture at Nali today, urged the Assistant RDCs and RCCs to appreciate the various security, political and socio-economic challenges of Uganda in order to be part of the solution.
Can be defined as a series of measures. Measures, that is the key word. Measures undertaken to assess, discover, and defeat threats. Those are the key words. Measures taken to assess and defeat threats.
On their part, the Assistant RDCs commended the Office of the President for this training.
The lessons we have learned here are so important that if we didn't know them, our work would not flow very well.
I'm very, very glad with this training. We have been very well equipped.
As we hit the ground, first of all, we have achieved a lot, because in this journey of the social transformation and also the agenda of the NRM manifesto, we have gotten what to do.
I've learned so many things. One thing that inspired me a lot is the socio-economical transformation that the assistant RCCs and assistant RDCs are going to embark in the community outside there.
Communities living around the Judge Game Reserve in Ogoko Sub-County have appealed to Uganda Wildlife Authority to be inconsiderate while expelling communities living in the reserve. About 12 villages in Ogoko Sub-County were affected when Akii-Bua started evicting people as restocking of the wild animals in Ajai started.
When the government institution or whatever is coming, he has to consult the people. We have never been consulted.
Communities around Ajai Game Reserve are threatened with eviction by Uganda Wildlife Authority following the animal restocking processes. Through their umbrella association of Ogoko Clan Land Association, host community of Ajai Game Reserve say they are being evicted from the land they depend on for livelihood without compensation.
We own land communally, everybody knows the boundary. But the way Uganda Wildlife is operating with the local people, they do not have humanity face.
Madali, Degea and Olali villages in Olali Parish, Ogoko Sub-County, are affected.
People have been congested over a small area now.
Uganda Wildlife keep on expanding the land, pushing the population. We felt it necessary to petition His Excellency such that part of it can be given to the people.
87-year-old Edisa Anguko from Olali village is a victim of Akii-Bua eviction.
Mani oku anzi ki ofeso de uwe mu ba de pati tonto dikiso alase mi no mana tazo de ba to ba ma to na kumari da odose gemu to kandra mani emedoma na kudi ni dura mama anzi ki ofia de se anzi mada ki onvoni anga mani aha matu mano ba leba ta impaka ama otepini ditira de ne dikilera wanteki warba diala orekwale.
Some of the people seeking compensation say the 4 square kilometers of the reserve was given by Chief Ajai, which has been expanded to over 160 square kilometers by Akii-Bua. Akii-Bua spokesperson Bashir Hangi says the complainants are encroachers on Akii-Bua land.
But if the area belongs to the Wildlife Authority, and the Wildlife Authority is saying you leave our land, surely you don't demand compensation. Unless the land is yours, so for us, if the land belongs to an individual and we need it for conservation, we enter an understanding with this person. Maybe if you have crops there, we can say, well, your crops are going to be affected, let us compensate you. But that's in the principle of Ubuntu, we are human beings.
Akii-Bua has started major restocking of wild animals like cobs, with the white rhino to be a major one, which is the identity of the West Nile people. Joseph Onama, UBC News.
Uganda Revenue Authority informs all traders in Chikubo and similar business hubs who have outstanding penalties for failing to issue IFRIS e-receipts and e-invoices that there will be an extension of the penalty waiver exercise from Tuesday 4th June to Wednesday 5th June 2024. Visit the URA headquarters, main tower, Sendaula Hall to have all IFRIS penalties waived, regardless of when they were first issued. Traders from other districts are advised to visit their nearest regional office for similar assistance. For more information or assistance, call URA's toll-free numbers 0800 117 000 or 0800 217 000 or reach us via WhatsApp at 0772 140 000.
still watching UBC News tonight, and in our business story, State Minister for Youth and Children's Affairs, Balam Barugahare Tenyi, has called upon the Inspector General of Government to investigate the PDM funds in Ibanda district. It follows public complaints that in Ibanda there's a slow process of PDM program because negative elements want to polarize the program. He warned people handling PDM money in Ibanda district against asking for kickbacks from the beneficiaries. Minister Barugahare was attending the belated Women's Day celebration in Ibanda, organized by the area member of parliament, Jane Kyomugisha. Take a look.
The belated Women's Day celebration was held in Ibanda district, organized by the area woman member of parliament, Jane Kyomugisha.
Yina abachara baine bigombe byabo bya development ni shaba ngumwaba mulioko meetings agenda mazima abachara banjaba nibenda empowerment kandi nibenda no kubashomesa nibenda kubashomesa na mnonga okose sente zabo za achi sente zabo za web.
The event was attended by the State Minister for Youth and Children's Affairs, Balam Barugahare Tenyi, who addressed several key issues related to parish development model PDM funds.
Sente za PDM mkuzitunga. Abakuzitunga nuko na ikuru.
Itwekizibe kitune echa Paris model turajibwini.
Banje honorable minister ekizibu ekituyino muri Ibanda politics abebembeza bamwe okurete sente za government bakazeyeterera bakazikoresa politics omuri Ibanda nicyo kizibu cyango ekituyine
nyewe bakampandika kugira ngo bampe sente miliyoni emwe bashaba mitwari 15 najya ati zone zo ninge kuza kusasura nazizira okwade sente ozimuwe okubana ozimuwa bamukwati tujja kuba ntumana bakajanja ko busuma mulire baragaruka mu kubasaba commissioner miliyoni emwe mutuga.
Minister Balam Tenyi commended the women of Ibanda district for their development initiative and small saving efforts. Balam also issued a stern warning to those handling parish development model PDM funds in Ibanda district following reports of some officials soliciting for bribes from PDM beneficiaries.
Santezo omuntu oragamba nti pakalulu nkwe sente munyegere ma president. Tuna anti-corruption, tuna office ya IGG Ibanda.
Joseph Bule, UBC Ibanda.
Only 79.1% of small businesses survived the first battle, according to Mandela Group of Companies. The group, using pedigree, and success traced over 30 years, is recruiting a number of businesses, rescuing a number of businesses. Now, over 500 entrepreneurs have been updated on first-hand business survival skills at the 6th Street Industrial Area.
Of the businesses that go downhill, owners under the age of 30 are most vulnerable to risks. He cites a lack of clear goals as dominant recipe for failure. The facilitators of the training also question the attitudes of business owners as disruptive to business access.
As in other companies, we all do businesses, but these are our customers. We also need to empower them, have the knowledge, have the idea on how they can be able to succeed in the business. We've been moving around with several businesses coming, not doing very well. Today, tomorrow, it has stepped down, not being successful. And we thought now, like that of today, we make it, we call our partners, we share with them the knowledge on how we in Mandela Group, how we in Mandela in Supreme have done it. They can also do it the same way.
To undergo the damage, upcoming entrepreneurs have been fine-tuned in critical investment areas.
Before this workshop, I had a number of challenges in my business, especially delivering. These days, delivering is so instrumental, is so important to the business. You can't just sit at the business premise and wait for customers.
The group predicts that if the entrepreneurs embrace the methods, the positive projections will improve from the current 60% survival rate. The company boasts a chain of businesses and premium products that benchmark the business environment. Its lead on enterprises is a change maker on a largely struggling layer of micro businesses. Ngabo Amon, reporting for UBS TV.
Amidst some of the tightest competition witnessed this year, the John Akii-Bua Memorial Championship has climaxed with the action at Uganda Christian University in Mukono. Take a look.
The Akii-Bua Memorial Championship is one of the most eagerly awaited on the Uganda Athletics Federation calendar. Just like earlier editions, the 2024 attracted big numbers and quality displays in several distances, like the 5,000, 400, 200, 800 and 1,500 meters. The only dent this year was the inability to have the famed 400-meter hurdles in which John Akii-Bua won Uganda its first Olympics gold medal in Munich 1972.
Tetuuse busenge olwaleero obusenge bwe twalina ennamboole bwali bwonoonese ebbanga eriwedde awo. Kakati tusuubira okufunayo obusenge obupya bwe tunaafuna tusobole okulaba nti nno emisinde giddamu.
But that aside, everything about the championship was spot on and pointed to a great athletics future in Uganda.
There were people before like Akii-Bua, they are gone, but we still remember them through what they used to do. So it's really important that these kids can get to know there are people who were there first, they left, but they are also here.
This was the 22nd edition of this monumental championship that is used to appreciate the works of the late John Akii-Bua, a police officer who rose Uganda to glory.
He was the first athlete to win the Olympic medal. So he is a great inspiration to us, the young athletes.
To the feat in Munich 52 years ago, John Akii-Bua completed his race in a world record 47.82 seconds time. That was also a national record and a personal best.
Heathens Rugby Club has beaten Pirates Rugby Club 15-13 to win the 2024 National Championship. The game played at Chadondo Rugby Club was witnessed by a mammoth crowd. Our reporter watched the action and now gives us highlights from the sport.
Heathens Rugby Club are the 2024 rugby champions after thumping Pirates in their final game at Chadondo Rugby Grounds. Heathens finished the regular season unbeaten and on top of the table, scoring the most tries and conceding the least of all teams on their way to the final.
It has been a tough season for us, but again, we have really worked hard to ensure that today we come out victors. So, to me, this means the world to me. Winning this in front of our crowd on home soil, it is a remarkable moment for us, and I think we deserve to celebrate hard today.
Sponsors now special pride in the competition and level of skill exhibited.
Most of the rugby fans realize that for this year it became a championship from a league that we had in 2023. This was a little bit received with mixed emotions because most of the people were used to the league kind of format. But I think I have to applaud the Uganda Rugby Union for this because this has actually brought out more of the participation, engagements of all teams. Because when the championship had just started, different teams were leading the table. but things turned around. So I applaud the Uganda Rugby Union for this initiative. And from the sponsors beat, we are always behind the game.
The 2024 title win brings Heathens' tally to 17 since the men's top flight tournament that was introduced in 1990. Heathens have also clinched the double, having won the Uganda Cup earlier this year. Ngabo Amon reporting for IBIS TV.
The Uganda Cranes have continued earnest preparations for 2 World Cup qualifiers starting next Friday against Botswana. As the team gears up on the Mandela National Stadium outside Peach, the main field where the team hasn't played in 5 years, is being breaded in all aspects by the UPDF Engineers Brigade.
As the Uganda Cranes go through their paces ahead of 2 Crunch World Cup qualifiers, the Uganda People's Defence Engineers Brigade is leaving no stone unturned. This, in its pursuit of ensuring the stadium is immaculate, the deaf fans return for the first time in 5 years to cheer their team. Already, the playing surface and other amenities like seats, toilets, concession areas, dressing rooms and an improved media tribunal are in place, as evidenced by the public during test matches in May. What was required urgently was the scoreboard, which to say the least is world class, and the floodlights, which are being fixed.
Right now we are in final touches in preparation for the match on 7th. This being a site and in final stages of completion, the match will take place. And, we are ready in everything, right from the mechanical, electrical. What was missing was the giant screen, which giant screen is now in place. The media tribunal, we have put it right. The floodlights are in place. I expect Uganda to see daylight at night in Nambole inside here. Outside it might be dark, but because of reasons, but inside it will be daylight. We have the required lights, and we are now setting the lights. In fact, what we are doing now is just to position and set to ensure we have enough light and well positioned for the game to take place. What we have put so far is just a quarter of what we expected, because as you see the far ends, we have not yet put the lights, but what we have so far is enough to ensure that we achieve our objective. So the lights which we have are very efficient, and we are going to achieve the required lights. I expect fellow Ugandans to come and enjoy. It will be like broad daylight here, and people really appreciate what we have done. We are putting more effort, and really we are for class and went in for class and quality.
While the Uganda People's Defence Forces Engineers Brigade work day and night for precision, the Uganda Cranes are also in rigorous training, with the latest session just finished. The team is using the outside pitch, but will gain access for several night training sessions on the main pitch next week, before Botswana visits on Friday in a 2026 Group G World Cup qualifier.
A visiting delegation led by former Newcastle United defender Steven Taylor has concluded its visit in Uganda, where it was on the invitation of Marthwell School and Sports Academy in Mutungo. A well-organized sports clinic has been conducted by Sam White, who is the technical person on the team of former Newcastle defender Steven Taylor at Marthwell School in Mutungo.
It's humbling to coach and to watch these guys train. I was having an interesting discussion with Coach. What we do is not crazy, groundbreaking, amazing stuff. It's just repeating the same message over and over again. And every person that I hear here has the same message about developing our children, developing growth, and making sure they can succeed one day. So congratulations to Motherwell. We thank you so much for your support, and we look forward to being a part of this school and this relationship and the people of Uganda for many more years to come.
Steven Taylor and his team have been to Uganda for his second visit, with this particular one expected to rip for Uganda.
The arrival of Steven Taylor marks the beginning of new collaboration and partnership. This will open gateways to development partners who will help us achieve our 10-year strategic plan. And this includes acquiring large space for infrastructure development, installing tartan surface, building a gym facility and a swimming pool, facilitating capacity building for trainers and coaches, initiating player exchange programs, and creating markets for performing soccer players.
National Council of Sports Assistant General Secretary David Katende graced the clinic and spoke volumes about the role sport plays.
Slowly warming up, let's go. Up and back, so forwards, volley.
For talent to be exploited, for talent to be developed, first of all it has to be identified, nurtured, and then developed.
Motherwell Schools and Sports Academy was started a few years ago, but has registered a major milestone through this collaboration that they expect to grow.
Thank you so much for watching UBC News Tonight. We'll have more later on in another bulletin that starts at 10 p.m. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mugalu Mohammed on Sign Language. Take a look at more programs that are coming your way. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Over the years, we've dreamed to get onto the world